we curse a fucking lot.
Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon. Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon.
Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon.
Alright, here we go.
I do this way better than you. You know I do this shit way better than you. You know I do. You know I do. You know I do this shit way better than you. You know.
Welcome, and thank you so much for joining us today. My name is TJ Wild.
I'm Calvin A.G.
What you doing, yo?
None. Just chilling.
Word up. Check it out. Here's what we have going on this week. We're going to be talking about Power because it came back this past Sunday, and I just literally finished watching the episode about an hour ago, so we're going to go ahead and talk about what happened. Lot to go over. See, we'll talk about all that good stuff. You know, we thank the folks for your views. We thank you all for your patronage. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button below if you haven't done so. Also, head to our Facebook page, facebook.com/favorite bloggers to like us there. Get caught up on some exclusive clips that you may not see on the YouTube page. So a little bit of incentive right there to do that.
You know it.
And as usual, we try to do our best to give you the best. And speaking of the best, it's time for the best news wrap up in the fucking America. You know what it's called?
The Blast.
Ed Sheeran is facing a $100 million lawsuit accusing the singer-songwriter of copying Marvin Gaye's 1973 hit Let's Get It On his 2014 song Thinking Out Loud, TMZ reported. The suit was filed by Structured Asset Sales, a company that owns 1/3 of the copyright to Let's Get It On. According to the lawsuit, Sheeran's song has the same melody, harmonies, drums, bass line, backing chorus, tempo, syncopation, and looping as Let's Get It On, TMZ reported. Sheeran was also sued over Thinking Out Loud in 2016. The family of Ed Townsend, a co-writer on Gaye's Let's Get It On, sued Sheeran, arguing that Thinking Out Loud lifted the melody, harmony, and other rhythmic components from Gaye's track. Okay, so as you recall, back in 2013, the Marvin Gaye estate ended up suing Robin Thicke and Pharrell because they said that Blurred Lines bit got to give it up, and they ended up having to come up off of $7.4 million because of that. I remember listening to both Blurred Lines and Gotta Give It Up, and while I did hear a little bit of similarity with the percussion, it wasn't enough to be able to say, oh yeah, they straight up bit this song, we deserve $7.4 million. For one thing, both songs were in two different keys, so that right there, that's the argument for me right there. In my opinion, this is just the Gaye estate trying to fucking come up off of some more bread. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let's go ahead and settle this shit right now. I got my Spotify right motherfucking here. And I'm gonna tell you all right now, I'm gonna play motherfucking Judge Mathis out this bitch. Watch this. I'm gonna settle the case right now before your very eyes. Found love right where we are.
Basically the song.
I didn't know. So that was that song.
Yeah.
That was the Ed Sheeran shit.
Yep, let's play the classic.
Now I'm about to play the actual shit. Yep, that nigga's guilty. Pay him their money.
One of my favorite games of all time, Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse, the original Nintendo. Recently, Koji Igarashi, through Kickstarter and through goddamn magic and wishes, made arguably one of my favorite games of the year. We're only halfway through the year, but I've already beaten the game twice, and I'm on my third playthrough. Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon. I love it. It is the essential game that I needed in that it is a throwback. It is iterative of the original game, but it still expands upon it, and it is like that perfect game between stealing and inspiration. So it captures the feel of Castlevania. It captures switching characters. The music is amazing, impeccable. Actually, one of the original producers for the original game is actually one of the music producers for this game. So I love it. I can't say enough about this. Does it have its flaws? Yes. But the replayability is insane. I've already beat the game, like I said, twice, because once you play through it, you can go through it again. and it's different, and you can actually go through it a third time, and it's actually different the third time. So I cannot stress it enough. If I had to give it a rating right now, 4.5. Amazing game. Go out, buy it right now.
And so this has been the blast for this week, and now I got the power. So here we are. Power has finally arrived. The moment has finally made it here. You know, and what'd you think?
It was a good episode. I liked it. It was what a first episode should do, where it revisits the prior plots of the last season, reminds us what happened, not only the last episode of the last season, but kind of overall the last season. It kind of does this recap within the first episode.
Yeah.
But it also sets us up to, what we're gonna see this season. Obviously, if you guys know Power, which you should. Oh, by the way, we need to do our spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, count them down.
It's over for you. It's over for you.
If you guys know Power, whereas you might have an idea as far as what's going to happen, the shit will just turn in ways that you never would have thought possible. And so
and this episode is no motherfucking exception.
You are correct. So
like,
while we have an idea
hell.
as far as what will happen, unless you're a damn psychic, no one really knows what's going to happen. But we know the basic thread of what we believe the major plot lines are going to be, essentially.
Yeah.
So,
From last season, as we recall, Cristobal sent his hitters to go after Kanan, and Kanan ended up murdering him. I believe that was the last episode, if not the second to last.
That was a good ass scene from last season too. Where he basically took them all out with hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, he pulled it like he's just as thorough as Luke Cage with it.
Yep.
So I was about to ask a stupid fucking question: Kanan or Luke Cage? One's bulletproof, one's not. One's bulletproof, one pretends he's bulletproof.
Yeah.
So that's not even.
Actually, one had a game called Bulletproof.
And it was garbage.
Yeah, you should look that up.
Oh my God. No, don't. Please.
Don't.
No, it will stain your brain and you will have nightmares. And he also reveals to Cristobal that he was the one that killed Father Cal. And so now that he knows that Ghost and Kanan and Tommy are after him, he sets up a plan to lure him out.
By the way, I know, it was real subtle. Did you catch the slight fear in Dre's eyes for just a moment when he said that? Because as far as when he realized that all three of them are teaming up together. Yeah. Because even though Dre's got the Jimenez brothers, the Jimenez siblings, and he's got a crew, he knows that Tommy, Kanan, and Ghost are thorough with their shit. So you could tell that he was a little shook just for a split second, and then he reverted back to being the boss. So
it's the same situation that happened in Luke Cage when Mariah saw the picture of the detective that ended up getting knocked off.
Yep.
And she had a little moment of what the fuck, yo? And then went right back to the.
Yep.
Okay, so
Correct.
what the fuck we finna do?
Yep.
So it's one of those shits to let you know that even though they think they're powerful, they still know they're still kind of realistic about it, but they just have to put that front on with it, you know. So as far as that whole situation was concerned, we find out. The three they run up on Dre, and then the cigarette gets thrown. They realize it's a setup. Ghost actually ends up getting shot. Why the hell he went up in there without bulletproof vests? I don't know what the fuck you were thinking. Did you forget what kind of business you're in?
Yeah, that was a little odd, and I guess that was that was careless as well. I know they thought they had to drop on Dre, but for them to walk into that situation not prepared, and at least not even with just they came in with just basic semi-automatic handguns. I would have thought dudes like this would have came in with at least some assault rifles, or something. Shotguns. Yeah. But I guess they did the worst thing. I think they underestimated Dre, and I don't think they'll make that mistake again.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah.
Definitely not. Kanan came and saved the day after that, and then of course Dre, had to come through, with the fucking card, the spider card. He's such a bitch, man. Pal, you know what I'm saying? James St. Patrick had his own shit. You know what I'm saying? All of that right there, the club, that's all him. Dre has to fucking be good with somebody else to try to be the shit. That's how much of a bitch he is. Fuck you, Dre.
Yeah, he did come up. First he was with 50, and then he was kind of on Tommy, and then it was on Ghost. He's always been riding the coattails of everybody. So now it's he's, but and it's funny, they used to, I remember back in season 3, they made him a semi I just kind of felt for him because remember the daughter situation where he came in the room and Kanan had his daughter. Right. He was really pleading that he wouldn't kill his daughter. He was why would you use his daughter? Yeah. I kind of feel for him now. Everybody just wants him to die, daughter or not, because
he's a shitty person, and a shitty person does not need to raise a child.
Precisely.
A shitty person does not need to raise a child.
better off in a foster family.
I don't know. Well, that's another episode for another day. But let's talk about Angela's introduction back into the situation. The crime scene where Ray Ray was murdered. We see her make her appearance there. We have a new character on the show. Her name is Blanca Rodriguez. She works for Internal Affairs. She ends up going to the crime scene as well. She sees the $400 stilettos walking away. She realizes she knows who it is. She gives Valdez a little bit of a visit, basically asking her, yo, like, so, you know, what's good? What were you doing at the crime scene? Where you know, situations like that. And, of course, Angela comes through with whatever bullshit excuse she decides to come up with. It doesn't fly with Rodriguez. So now Rodriguez is like, okay, you're on the list.
Yep.
All right.
She's definitely watching her.
So, and I guess we'll go ahead and carry it on to the whole situation between her and Tasha and Angela. Because once Rodriguez finds out about what's going on with that shit, that's really going to light a fire under trying to get her out there. Like, you just got promoted as a sign to say, we have so much faith, the AUSA has so much faith in this lady that dicked us over, okay, but we still have so much faith in her that we're going to stick with her, and we're going to give her a promotion. And now she's getting drawn back into the game. So now it's like it's the same situation that Ghost was kind of going through. Now Angela's trying to get out the game, but she keeps getting pulled back into the shit.
And that's how it works, really. Like, sometimes you have to walk in farther to try to get out of it. But when you walk in farther, you're walking in farther. And so now you're doing more and more. Like, at this point, Angela could definitely be, like, held up on a few charges, especially.
Oh, she went down the whole entire list of what the fuck she could get hemmed up for. It was like 10 things.
And I appreciate, by the way, also that they actually brought in IAB, because any situation where, like, there's this much internal shit and corruption, IAB should have been here like 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, no shit.
So this makes like makes continuity sense that IAB would be all over Angela.
No shit.
So
dude.
I mean,
what was homeboy's name?
Oh, you talking about Sandoval?
Yeah, where was IA for Sandoval? So I'm glad that she definitely did her part. She's still staying loyal to Jamie, Ghost, that whole situation. You know, whatever her reasons, even if Tasha says, oh, you're doing it for yourself, bitch, at least she's doing it. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's cool for that.
I'm just playing. You know I love you.
Now, another fucking ticking time bomb we have is Maria Suarez.
Yes.
Who was at the end of the 4th season was in the diner. She's doing her waitress shit. She hears James St. Patrick's voice on TV, gets fucking rattled, runs straight to the cops on some I know who the fuck Ghost is shit. So that's gonna be pretty fucking crazy to see how that turns out.
Yes, I'm interested to see what will happen with that as well. It actually feeds into my season prediction, but we'll talk about that at the end of the episode.
The funeral shit. First off, wow, Ghost. So you're just gonna fucking commercialize your motherfucking daughter's funeral?
Yeah.
Like, that's all right.
But I think I know why he's doing that, though. I'm sorry.
Because Lorenz Tate, aka Councilman.
I think it's actually Councilman Tate. Actually,
it is Councilman Tate. Yeah, well, that's easy to remember. Thanks, Courtney.
But no, I believe that. I mean, because Ghost is definitely a smart dude. You agree with that,
right? Of course.
And based on what we saw last season, where we know Ghost knows that Tate is not all that he seems to be.
Right.
I think that Ghost is now playing like a long game with him. I think he's like keeping him like close enough to where he can watch him and see what his moves are.
Right.
He knows the dude is shady.
Yeah.
So he's gonna kind of go along with what the dude wants right now.
Right. Okay.
And then eventually, once he has him where he wants him, he'll make whatever adjustments he needs to make.
Then he'll be able to pull some levers like, hey, precisely. I did this for you. I had the fucking press at my daughter's funeral against my wishes, such and such. Now it's time for you to do something for me. Type
exactly.
Of shit. Word
exactly.
up. Okay.
Exactly.
So, all right, now the house scene that you wanted to talk about.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and speak on that.
I just want to say, like, I mean, I'm not going to go into the award situation. We all know how Emmys and Oscars and all of that go. And I'm not saying they should get an Emmy for this, but the actors on the show really do a great job, man. Like, over the course of these seasons, we've seen them progress. We've seen Tasha. We've seen Ghost, Tariq. I mean, as a kid, as a child actor. Like, their acting is really important. And specifically, like, Jamie and Tasha, like, their emotion in the scene where it went from, like, sadness, where, like, she was, like, literally begging. It was like, why would he be following you? Like
what he's trying to, like, really know. Like, I need to know this information.
So, like,
fucking tell me
exactly.
something.
It switched from, like, sadness to, like, anger. Even Ghost, was like sadness to anger to just like
I tell you what,
like
I don't know how you could be Tariq and not shit your pants after you.
Bruh.
Look here, motherfucker!
Like
You gonna tell me some shit, nigga? Like, okay, all right, I'll tell you everything.
like
oh my god,
that's another example of like how he went from Jamie to Ghost.
Yeah.
Like just a split second, like he wanted to just rip his son's head off, and that's just amazing
him and everybody
acting.
else in America.
Well, yeah, pretty much. But like that's just, I mean, credit to the actors, man. Like just shout out to that scene, emotional. Like it got us, like as far as into their heads, as far as where they were, like how they were feeling. Just shout out to all those actors, man.
Word.
Excellent.
And the little part right there that bleeds into what we're gonna end up talking about later on is the book. That whole scene right there definitely left a poor taste in Tariq's mouth, because those actions lead into what he ended up doing later on that episode. Proctor makes his first appearance right after that.
I love Proctor. He's a great character.
Set him up with that Russian doctor, so that was some good shit. They're trying to get Proctor's. Where's your head at, Proctor?
Yep.
Where have you been at? Da 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 da. Same situation. I'm trying to get my life straight. I ain't really trying to fuck with y'all no more.
Yep.
Well, you answered the phone, so apparently you are. Okay, you're right. You know?
That's a great observation. Also, shout out to like where initially when we first were introduced to Proctor, we thought he was the typical lawyer that was just out for, what is it?
Your typical Saul Goodman type.
Exactly. Like he's just in it for the money, doesn't really care about it, knows his clients are shady.
Right.
He likes the money, but as soon as the shit goes left, he's going to leave. I legitimately think that Proctor actually cares about Tommy. He cares about
he totally
Ghost.
does.
He cares about his family.
Yeah.
Which I actually appreciate.
Yeah, he's
which
a
makes me
little
also think
motherfucker.
that he's going to get killed this season. But we'll see. Anyways. That's
You
all
always think somebody's either gonna get killed or something's
Because,
gonna
dude. Or he may not. That's not my real prediction. I just thought of that just now. But
Well,
whatever. Anyways,
we'll see
I
what
like
happens.
Proctor. He's a good dude.
Yeah,
Jerry,
he's one of my favorite
Ferrera.
characters.
Really great actor. I like him.
All right, so they end up deciding to use the Italians and Kanan's hitters in an attack against Dre.
Great plan, by the way.
That was a great
Tommy was
play.
like, they're expecting black hitters. They wouldn't be expecting white hitters. That was a great line. I like
So
that.
he was like, we'll combine the both, and it almost worked.
I really thought Dre was gonna die. I really thought they were gonna pull like a Game of Thrones, like kind of like a surprise moment where like the character we thought was gonna be the main villain was gonna die. It was gonna be somebody else.
That
But they
would have
didn't do
been deep. They would have might just throw away the entire season.
that. Well, it's funny you say that though. What is it? They have a behind the scenes thing about that episode.
Yeah.
And the actual creators were toying with the idea. They actually were thinking about killing Dre in that scene.
Huh.
They actually were like considering that idea, but they decided against it. So that actually was a possibility that could have happened.
I'm glad that they actually decided to take the obvious in
Yeah.
this one, because this was the build up. Like this is
It
what
was.
motherfuckers was, well, at least me personally, this is what the fuck I was waiting for. So to have it all come crashing down at the end of the first episode, I would have been a little shitty about it.
I
I would
agree.
have been
Like,
mad shitty about
I
it.
agree. Like I would have preferred, and I mean, we'll say this for the season prediction, but I prefer that either Tommy, Ghost, or Kanan pull that final trigger, as opposed to some random
Yes,
hitters
yes.
that we
yes.
don't that we just met that episode.
Definitely.
So I'm glad that went down the way it did. But yeah,
All right, so then we also have Tommy meeting up with the Italians. He gets the Italians in on the whole drug situation. And against Vincent's request, he goes and pulls his henchman for $80K
Yep.
to help him in the Dre situation, which unfortunately backfired for him. So now he's going to have to answer to Vincent for that. Vincent already is kind of hesitant about working with Tommy because he asked
is.
dude, he was like, yo, you vouch for him? And he was like, yeah, man, he's good people. But now we see that he's Tommy, man. He's unpredictable. He's the fucking wild
unpredictable
card.
as shit.
Yeah.
And
Like,
I mean-
if you're going to fuck with Tommy, you got to know that he's down for you, but he's got his own methods about going about shit that may not jive with the fuck you want.
like he's a G and he'll ride for you, but he's unstable as a motherfucker.
Word.
And if he even gets a hint that you're trying to fuck him over, he'll murder you without
Dunzo.
a second thought. So that's why I'm interested to see what will happen with that whole situation, because I can already predict Tommy killing a whole bunch of his father's like familia or like his group at some point during the season. But we'll talk about that too.
And that's going to cause a big shitstorm later on down the road. All right, are you ready? Are you fucking ready?
Let's do this.
All right, so
All right, here
this
we go.
is the whole situation right here. Before the show, we had a little debate about where we saw Tariq as far as this episode. You know, for those of you that remember last week's episode during the blast portion of our show, I spoke so much about how excited I was to find out about what kind of role Tariq was going to play in this season. And then also, we get to find out about how fucking G his son Tariq becomes. Because if you recall, he caught his first body at the end of season 4. And he wanted to be a G so bad. He wasn't ready for that life. He tried his fucking hardest to get there. You know what I'm saying? Now he's there. So now we're about to see what kind of role he plays. Now, I want that nigga dead. I want that nigga dead. If you have to kill somebody on this fucking show, kill that little nigga, okay?
He's what, 16?
I don't give a fuck. That unloyal rat bastard piece of shit. Fuck him.
Tariq.
Alright?
I'm gonna look up the age right now.
He's around 15, 16-ish. I don't know what kind of point he's about to make it, but while he's looking that up, let me talk to you about what happened at the funeral. So we had that go down. First off, it was fucked up how they did Tommy at the shit. You know what I'm saying?
That was fucked up.
It was really fucked up how, but due to optics and the fact that we're trying to give off a certain, we're trying to display this in a certain way.
Yeah, basically like put a certain I guess idea out there as far as what James is and what his family is.
Yeah, and we can't have your white ass in that shit.
Appreciate Tasha, by the way, saying this is Raina's godfather and my brother. That's just,
right. Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It ain't about the fucking color. It's about how down you are. And then props to Tommy for keeping it chill, because we just said, he's a fucking wild card.
Well, he knows when to kirk out, when not.
All right, so this is where
this talk about to have. It's okay.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it is? Oh, well, thanks, Dr. Phil, with your fucking analyzation there. All right, so this is where we had the debate because, all right, so Tommy gets the buzz on his phone. He goes to Ghost and he's like, Kanan's people are in position. You know what I'm saying? He's like, word. Tariq overhears that shit, but it just so happens to be at the time where it's time for him to go up and give the eulogy. All right, now this is where we fucking split right here.
Yes.
He gives the eulogy. During the fucking eulogy, he, I can't do this, and runs off the stage, okay? The very next thing, this motherfucker whips out his phone, texts Dre, run! You know what I'm saying? And then that's what caused the whole situation with the Italians getting shot up and allowing Dre to get away because Tariq gave him the fucking, warning to fucking be out. Now, what did you say after that shit? What was your takeaway as far as Tariq was concerned after you saw that scene?
My takeaway was, it's a combination of things. Number one was, wow, Tariq's really doing this. He's going to fuck over his father, Tommy, Kanan, just to help out Dre. That's fucked up. My number two was, wow, he's really conflicted because on one hand, I think he really does love his sister. He feels terrible about the situation as far as her dying. He feels responsible for it, but he still has love for Dre because one of the things I remember from the other season was Dre and Kanan and Ray and all of them, they treated him like he was an adult. They treated him like he wasn't some kid that just was, trying to do some bullshit. He was like, they treat him like a regular guy. Like, oh, we gonna sit here and drink with you and play ball with you, and oh, there's a girl over there at this party. I think she likes you.
And to back up your point,
they treat him like just a regular friend versus like some kid that was hanging around.
And just to back up your point just now in this episode right here, remember when Ghost was like, "You're just a fucking kid." No, I'm not. Yes, the fuck you are.
Exactly.
That's when he kirked out on him. But yeah,
exactly. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, that just reminded it that goes to my point of that reminds him more of, you know what, my dad thinks I'm just a kid. Like, I'm a G. Like, I killed someone. Like, Dre respects me. Dre looks at me like a peer. Like, he's not an elder to me. He's a peer. So, Dre might have done some fucked up shit, but I think there's more to it than that. So, I don't want him to die. I'm going to send him a text just so he doesn't die right now. He legitimately cares for Dre. Now, before you go, I'm saying, you're going to go into, why he doesn't care about his sister. And
not only that, but why he doesn't give a fuck about his family as a whole.
But in my mind, emotions are complicated. Emotions are what is it? Emotions are multifaceted. Emotions are like, they don't make any sense. So you can mourn your sister and be sad about her death and feel like legitimately like responsible for her death and still care about the person who actually is responsible for her death. You can do both at the same time. Emotions don't make any fucking sense. That's what my point is.
Where we get twisted. You think those tears were real tears while he was giving that shit.
Yes.
No. That was acting. That was clearly acting. And I would agree with you if the very next thing that he did was not go to the bathroom and hit up motherfucking Dre. Like, absolutely fucking not. You are in the middle of you're talking about how much he cares about his fucking sister. You're in the middle right now of giving a dedication to your fucking sister. You know what I'm saying? That should have prioritized everything. Bruh, like real shit.
So wait a
real
second.
Shit.
Wait,
Hold up, just a minute.
Okay, I got you.
How can you possibly say at the moment that is supposed to demonstrate how much you cared about your sister? How can you say that he fucking really cared when he stopped that shit to go run to the bathroom? And even if the tears were real, why would he run to the fucking back? Why wouldn't he fucking post up and get himself together, whatever, and then hit up Dre later? Now, obviously, if he would have done that, it would have been too late. But at the same fucking time, that's more plot point. That's more plot point.
Just made my point.
That's more plot point. But he didn't know that though. Tariq didn't know that shit. All he knew was that Kanan and his boys were in position. That's all that he heard. He didn't know when they were gonna fucking hit. I mean, obviously, the earlier the better. But my point is, even more further than that, why are you more looking out for Dre than you are for your family? You're supposed to be for your family. It's a funeral. It's not a party. It's a fucking funeral. I'm sorry.
Calvin AG?
I have to fucking take this. We have to run this part back. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I'm not editing this out either. I'm going to leave this part in.
Well, make sure you leave my name out.
What, are you scared the feds is going to come get you?
I mean, every time I've said your name on the earlier shit, we cut it out. So
Okay. I'll beep your name out. Beep! That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be like, beep!
All right, look.
But in any case, so like I was saying.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. This is my point, though. I think you are separating the two. Like, yes, he did the eulogy. He was emotional. I completely get that. I understand it totally. The imposition part and all of that, as far as he's in position, blah, blah, blah. Tariq, if we can agree on one thing, well, I'm not saying he's the next Ghost. I know what everybody's saying. He might be, he might not.
Nah, he's not.
But
he's not built for it.
But okay, but he's still, you can agree that he has at least some of his, like, he's not stupid.
Really?
So wait a second. If his Uncle Tommy, who he knows is a G, is talking to his father, who he knows is a G, and is a rider, is saying, in position, they're ready, he knows this shit is about to happen within minutes. There's no way he's going to be like, oh, well, maybe this shit will happen tomorrow.
Why would you put your fucking enemy, he just got done saying, Ghost just got done saying in the same scene where you're praising the acting and how they're not going to win the Emmy for it, but they should. In that same scene, he said the reason that fucking Raina is dead is because Dre had a fucking part in that shit. He said that shit. Tariq knows that shit.
He knows
So why in God's fucking name, if you cared so much about the fucking family and your sister, would you choose that fucking moment to rescue the person who, if it wasn't for him, wouldn't be no funeral to begin with?
Because emotions aren't rational, dude. Emotions aren't rational.
You're giving him too much of a pass.
Dude, okay,
there's no way, bro.
Wait a second. Take yourself back, right? Not even talking about the fact that we're grown men, right? Take yourself back to when you were 15, right?
I'm not gonna choose my fucking. I'm not gonna put family over some of my enemies.
How much dumb shit did you do? Not you in particular. I'm talking about in general. How many guys out there 15?
Okay, I take back my statement.
Yeah,
okay? I've definitely done some dumb shit. As far as but it didn't involve murder, nigga. That's a big.
You're not a thug. Neither am I.
It's still a big.
Spoiler alert. Neither of us are thugs.
Well,
but,
yeah, if you couldn't tell by
but
now,
you're-
but in
you're-
any case,
what
like,
I'm
there's
saying
no
is
way, bro.
You're rationalizing this way too much.
No,
dude. Like,
you're rationalizing this shit.
No, I'm not. I'm saying emotion.
Okay.
Emotion trumps everything. Emotion. It doesn't matter.
No,
like
bruh.
it doesn't. Like,
Bruh.
dude.
Look, I feel you in the no.
Well,
I
hold
feel
on,
you in the sense.
well, hold on one second. I hear what you're saying. Like, rationally, yes, I get it. Dude is saying, like Ghost said, Dre is responsible for your sister being murdered. You know Dre's a bitch. You know, like, you know that Kanan lied to you throughout the entire other season. Like, Jukebox lied to you.
You know them
Kanan lied
niggas
to you.
ain't shit.
You know they're not shit. But you also know that your father also lies. You know that your Uncle Tommy also lies.
But who's
you know
had
that
your back
You know that
the
your
most?
mother. You know that your mother also lies.
Who's had your back the most though? Your
In
whole life.
In his mind,
you know what I'm
right
saying?
now, Dre and Kanan did because they respected him as a real person rather than just like some kid. And I'm not saying it's rational, but dude, he's 15.
No. I don't excuse that shit. I don't excuse that. See,
You know how kids' emotions work?
Dude, you're talking. All right, this isn't some Nickelodeon bullshit. Okay, we're talking about murder
It
and a
doesn't
dead
matter.
sister. No, it fucking does. All right, because to a point. Listen, to a point. All right, I hear what you're saying. Where emotion takes hold. I don't. Oh, now you want to look at the clock, bro? I'm good. I did it. I did it. I was
trying to mind you. That's
You
all.
did it.
Okay.
I did it. We had a conversation about the voice that I usually do to mock AG. You know what I'm saying? And I promised that I wasn't gonna do that. So you know what? I'm gonna punish myself.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here.
I made a promise, and I broke it. So as punishment, I'm gonna stick this ice down my pants for the rest of this
Please
episode.
don't do that. Please.
Just-
All right, look.
Okay. Oh God! Oh God! Okay. But this is. Look. I'm a man of my word. Am I not a man of my word?
We never agreed to that.
Well, I said that I wasn't gonna do that, and I did it.
We never agreed to ice down.
No, I just made that shit up right now. Because this is a punishment. This is a reminder to not make that voice ever again. And trust me, I'll never forget this ever again. Because my nuts are freezing right now. So let's continue with the show, shall we?
Nothing.
That's
good, right?
That was good.
All right, word.
That was good.
All right, so look.
That was good.
So look. We might have to agree to disagree. And honestly, this is a conversation that maybe we should revisit at the end of the season because obviously this is just a setup to what we were going to see for the next 9 episodes. So we might agree to disagree right now.
Can you die from cold nuts?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure if it's cold, it has to be like ice cubes aren't going to make it. It has to be like below freezing.
Okay.
Like, I think you'll be okay, dude.
Oh, okay. My nuts are really fucking cold right now, but okay, go ahead.
So yeah,
There really wasn't much that happened after that. Dre escapes the Italians.
I thought he was gonna die. By the way, I really did think for a split second, but yeah.
Angela ends up deleting the file. Silver and fucking Tasha had a scene. Fuck them. I don't give a shit.
And the mom saw it, but yeah.
Who cares? And then Ghost and Dre meet up at Raina's grave and.
By the way, like, what kind of wow, dude? Like,
he's feeling himself way too much.
Show up at the dude's daughter's funeral. Like, wow, like that is like
no
just
fucks given.
That's just ballsy as shit. Like, what?
I mean, you knew nothing was gonna go down. If he would have done some shit at the funeral, they could have just ended the season right there because the war would have broken out right there. But he knows that there can't be no war because the top 2 Jimenez brother and sister said they can't be no war.
And that's the only reason why I think, because at the end of the day, like, well, Ghost, we've seen him like kill multiple people on this show. We also know that like hand-to-hand combat, he can still do his thing as well. So if he really wanted to, that close, he could have took out Dre right then and there. But he didn't do that because
the long game.
The
Like
the
you
Jimenez
said
brothers,
before.
like the Jimenez siblings. They keep saying that.
And that'll do it. Like
That's it.
That was the end of the episode.
So-
So I'm not gonna ask you to give a grade on the episode.
I mean, I
but
liked it. It was good.
Yeah, just give your thoughts.
So overall, I thought it was good. It was a good episode. I'm glad. I'm super excited to be back into Power. I cannot wait to see what happens tomorrow night on the second episode. The season going forward. I just love Power to death. It's such a great show, man. I know there's gonna be multiple plot lines that are going to extend beyond season 5 into season 6, right?
Right.
Based on what we know now, give me your biggest prediction from this season, as far as what you think is gonna happen the last episode. Like last season, you could argue was probably Raina dying. That's probably the biggest thing that happened from last season.
No, for sure.
So, what do you think is gonna be the biggest takeaway, the biggest plot line, the biggest change at the end of this season 5?
If I had my wish,
And we'll revisit this
yeah, totally.
and do some kind of, I don't know what we're gonna do.
The Ice Nut Challenge Part 2.
Fuck.
Because this is a challenge that you don't want to lose. I'm telling you right now.
Now,
This
if I
is a
agree
challenge.
to it, we're gonna have to do it. So, fuck, whatever.
I mean, nigga, I already did it. Shit.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm not dead yet.
Knock on wood.
Not gonna wood.
That's not wood. Here we
Yeah,
go.
oh, well,
All right. So, what's your
pen
biggest
on wood.
prediction from the?
I don't know.
All right. What's your biggest prediction from this season?
I'll tell you.
How's the season gonna end?
I'll tell you what instead of giving you what my prediction, I'll tell you my wish. I want that nigga Tariq dead. In my mind,
No,
he crossed
well,
the line.
no,
I think he's by the end of the season, he'll be dead. That's
No,
what
I need a prediction, bro. Not a wish. I need what you think will happen. What's the biggest change that will happen? Because arguably,
Okay. Let me tell you. I'll tell you like this. Okay. Do I want his ass to die. I think he might end up turning on Ghost.
like Tariq,
Tariq.
he will actually try to kill his own father.
I think we might go down that road. That's
Woo!
my bold
is
prediction.
big.
That's my prediction.
That's big. That's patricide, man. Wow.
Yeah, I think that's
But
my prediction.
That's a bold prediction. So,
Like I said, my wish is that he's fucking dead, but
yeah,
I think he's gonna,
wish is all day. But we want realistic
Yeah.
predictions, what we actually believe might happen.
that's mine.
So I'm gonna stick with my initial prediction. I mentioned this to you last year, the end of season 4. Might not be accurate, might be. Based on what we've heard this episode with Maria Suarez, based on the IAB investigation, based on how everything is trying to enclose on Ghost, the end of this season, Jamie St. Patrick will be outed as Ghost to the world. He will not, it won't be a secret, he'll be known as Ghost to everybody. Or at least known to New York. He'll be actually known as Ghost to law enforcement agencies.
I can see that. I could totally fucking see that.
And
Absolutely.
and season 6 will be him and his family either on the run, in hiding, trying to clear his name, on trial. Something to that. I don't know about that.
Jeez, yeah, see, now you're
But
yeah.
let me clarify. I don't know. That's not all my predictions. I don't know what's gonna go.
yeah, shorten it up.
He'll be known as Ghost by the end of the season. It will be public knowledge by the end of the season.
I'll give you that. I'm not gonna challenge you on that. I'm not gonna challenge you on
That's
that.
that's what I see.
Word up.
But either way, love Power. I can't wait for tomorrow night.
Next week, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. We will be seeing it tomorrow night.
Yes.
So it will be a spoiler-filled review, just to clarify up front. Although we're definitely going to warn you on the episode.
No, I don't know if it's gonna be spoiler free.
No, I said spoiler-filled.
Oh no, it's totally gonna be spoiler filled.
Yeah, we're
yes.
going to spoil the shit out of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp next week. Anything else from you, bro? You good?
That's all we got for right now.
I'm Calvin A.G.
It's your boy TJ Wild.
What you doing, bro?
Nothing. Just grilling. See you next week.
Wait, I got to keep my shit on because you're about to do the blast, right?
Serious about my shit.
Yeah, bro. What the I thought they were...
I'm serious about my shit.
That'll be in the outtakes.
I do this way better than you. You know